Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Rune, the solo tabletop RPG Souls-like from gilarpgs, written by Spencer Campbell. I've previously done an introduction to the game in another video. I'll link it up here. But this is going to be a playthrough, so be warned, there will be spoilers for this realm, the Grim Coast. So if you are planning to play the Grim Coast and you don't want to know what happens, watch this video after you play the game. But come back, yeah? Come back and watch afterwards. So what do we have? We have our character sheet here. We have our starting health of 10, starting stamina of 2, and starting lore of 0, which I really want to increase as quickly as possible because lore opens a lot of doors. We have the realm sheet, which has our realm clock, a small map, which I'll be keeping track of with a little token in terms of where I am. This is a little token for me, my character, my engraved. We've also got the death penalty here on the realm sheet. Hopefully that didn't take it out of focus. But yeah, as well as the character sheet here, we also have the book, which has the realm inside. Now, this is the main rule book. It has the one realm. You can also get the realm atlas. I think if you get the PDF, it comes on the same PDF, but you can get the realm atlas, which brings you another 6 realms to adventure in. Plus, there are lots of third party to download on itch. Right, now I have selected the long sword and basic shield as my starting weapons. I have selected the strider boots as my gear, just in case my rolling sucks and it doesn't give me any move. I can at least get one move through my boots. For my rune, my starting rune, I've chosen Fate's Foe, which gives me an extra +2 health. So that makes my health 12. Now, I'm still going to keep the 10 there because that's what you start with. If for whatever reason I change my rune later, then I still need to make sure that I remember that it's 10, not 12. But having this rune does give me 12 to begin with here. Like I say, until I get rid of it or replace it with another rune. Now, you are allowed to equip up to 3 runes, so that may not happen for a while. So what else do we need to know? I've got my little counters here to determine whether it's day or night. Also, I've got another counter here to actually mark the segments as I'm going through. So for this realm, okay, so it mentions it here on the second page of the realm about how the clock works and the death penalties. The clock basically is going to move from segment to segment when I move between the points. So when I travel between the points on the map. Also, whenever I complete an action at the locations, again, it will move a segment. Now, for this clock, doing a complete set basically means it changes from day to night, from night to day. Other realms, other clocks, filling the clock gives different effects. All right, just a warning. The death penalty in this realm. Every time that I die, I resurrect at the sigil, or sigil, however you want to call it, which is at location 1, which is where we're going to start. But I have to make a roll because I'm going to have some kind of curse. Not good. So that's basically where we're going to start. Let us begin with the intro text, the narrative. So we are going to be traveling to the Grim Coast to hunt down the Rune Lord, kill him, and take his rune. That's the plan. Hopefully without dying too many times. But remember, this game has been designed soul-like. So it has been designed with Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Neo, those games in mind. So you're expected to die at least once, probably more. Right, without further ado, let us go. Icy wind blows against your grave-marked skin. A heavy weight hangs in the air of the Grim Coast. Atop a hill in the distance, a singular keep stands above a desolate land. Carving the sigil into the ground, you prepare yourself. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Right, we are at location 1. We are at the sigil. This is where it all begins. So now we are going to go through the realm, hopefully trying to get rich and powerful and get another rune. Right. So I printed the book in a spread format, so just ignore what's up here. Right, let us go. Okay, now the next page just gives the information about the coast here. Like I say, the clock info, the death penalties, etc. We come to the third page for the realm. We get the realm sheet here, which again I printed out. I printed out here and did as a separate page, just much easier to keep track of things. But we've got our first location, right? The sigil. So this is location 1. This is where we are. Let us go. A sigil carved into the very soul of this realm, connecting you with it. This is a place of rest, recovery, and rebirth. So yeah, this is going to basically function like, is it campsites or bonfires in the Souls games? Right, so during night and day, we have, okay, so the sigil will basically have this unique action, rest. You won't find this at other locations normally. You can recover all of your health, unmark all fights in the realm. There is no limit to the number of times you may rest. So, in an emergency, if my health is really low, I can always try to come back to the sigil, location 1, and do the rest action to recover all my health. However, just like with the Souls games, if you do that, all the fights become unmarked. In other words, all the enemies come back. Yeah? Just like Souls-like games. So all the enemies, all the creatures will come back, except for unique foes. Unique enemies are gone once you defeat them. They're gone and finished. But every other enemy, every other fight, the guys are going to come back. You're going to have to fight them again. So there is, like I say, that element of Souls-like here. Right. What does it say down here? Travel from Sigil 1. Okay, so a quiet village along the coast and eerily still is at location 2. So I can come here, and apparently this is a quiet village on the coast. Or I can go to point 3. An ominous forest looms to the north. That's location 3. So you can see on the map I have two paths leading out of location 1, a path leading to location 2, and a path leading to location 3. Now, where shall I go? Because I don't need to rest now, so I don't actually need to use this action, but I do need to travel now. So I've got a choice. I can either go to the village or I can go to the forest. I think let's just go it numerically to start with. Let's go to the let's go to the village. So we're going to visit location 2. Now, when you're traveling along these paths, nothing actually happens. It all happens when you reach the location. So I have moved from one point to another point. So the clock advances 1 segment. Right, let us move to location 2. Location 2. Okay, I'm not going to read this just yet, and I advise you guys don't read down the bottom here just yet. Can I cover it up? Should I cover it up? Let's cover it up. Let's cover it up so you guys can't read too much. This is just the map. I'm just using the back of the map. Right, I'm covering that up so you can't read it, and so I can't read it. Right. Right, location 2, the village of Tiresh. Clearly abandoned, though there are some signs of recent visitors. This place is quiet as a grave. I don't like the word they use there. They're using the word grave. That's not good. And I can see here ghouls and skeletons. Oh, nuts. But good news, good news, good news. These guys, I only encounter them at night. Oh, Luckily, it is day. It's still day. It hasn't got to night yet. But if I hang around here too long, it may... Actually, yeah, that's a point. It may become night. Now, what's the benefit of actually fighting these guys at night? Nothing. It doesn't... I mean, I have to fight these guys before... Okay, so this is the way the actions work. If there's a fight before other actions, you have to do the fight first. You basically have to clear the area before you can do what comes afterwards. Otherwise, if there's no fight action, you can basically do in whatever order or as many as you want. So for example, like here, during the day, I have two options. I can do a search or I can do a learn. Yeah? So there's nothing stopping me at the moment. I'm free to choose whether I do one or both. But if I come here at night, or if I am here at night, I have to do a fight before I can attempt the delve. Now the delve will give me +1 lore, and it will give me another spell. Now spells in this game basically are classed as weapons. I think unless it says otherwise, they are classed as basically weapons that you can equip. You do have one spell in the starting equipment, but I chose not to take it because the dice needed are quite high. So let's have a think. If I search and learn, that's going to be two advancements on the clock, which will stay at day, but the next action I take will make night. So I can do both of these, and I will still be during the day. And then I can choose either to stay here and can I choose to stay here? Because the clock moves when I move between points or completing any action. So I don't think I can stay here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the search and I'm going to do the learn. So let's do this. Okay, so first of all, we're doing the search. The clock advances 1 space. Healing vial ×1. Recover 2 health at any time during exploration. That is very useful. So I'm going to write that here. Healing, well, excuse my handwriting, I'm sitting at an angle because of all the cameras. So I've got a healing vial, which can heal 2 hit points or health. Okay, nice. All right, so I did that, I moved the clock. I'm also doing the learn action. So again, we're doing an action, so I'm advancing the clock. Still daytime. Okay, increase lore +1. So now I have a lore of 1. Okay. Lore is very useful. No remains to be found anywhere. The valuables of every home still in place, waiting for their owner's return. Drag marks lead to a locked cellar door. That must be the delve here. Right now, before I can... Okay, so it says here it's locked. I've got to have the necromancer's key. So that must be an item that I can find in another location. And then I can come back to... Sorry, not there. Come back to the village and unlock this door. And that will give me a new spell and a lore +1. So that's definitely going to be useful if I can find the necromancer's key. Okay, but to get there, I'm going to have to come back at night and fight these guys. Okay. Okay, dokay. Right. What's next? What's next? What's next? That's all I can do during the day now. The next move I make is going to be night. So let's have a look. Where can I go from here? So from the village, I can go to 5, I can go to 4, and I can go to 3. There's actually 4 paths from the village. You've got number 5, number 4, number 3, and back to number 1. Let's have a look. The safety of Sigil is down a path, number 1. An ominous forest looms to the east. Did it say ominous before, or did it just say forest? Or did it say ominous before? Ominous, that's a bit... It's not just a nice little forest with elves and fairies, no, it's bloody ominous. Right, a solitary structure on a nearby coast. Okay, that's at 4. And the keep of this realm atop a hill, 5. Now, I'm going to assume, it says, look, the keep of the realm. So I'm assuming that's where the Rune Lord's going to be. So I may not want to go there just yet. Now, I don't think you have to fight if you go to a location. Like, for example, if I come to this location at night, I don't think I have to fight. I don't think I read in the rules that you have to do the fight if it's there. I think you can choose to avoid it. Again, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. So, I mean, I could go to 5, and unless it says you must fight, I think I could have a peek and then run away. But again, there may be some things that say that you must fight when arriving or something. Well, okay, let's avoid the keep for the time being. I'm nowhere near ready to take that guy on. So, do I go to? Don't need to go back to the sigil. Do I go to the forest or do I go to the solitary structure? Let's have a think. Now, it's going to be night time, isn't it? When I move, once I move to location, it's going to be night. So I think I'm going to go to. Let's go to the forest. So we're going to move to the forest. Location 3. It is now night. Okay, let's go to the forest. So I can now uncover. Don't have to keep it hidden no more. So we're now at. Oops, sorry. Ugh, shadows everywhere. Right. We are now at location 3. The gnarled tree. Okay, what we got here? Zealots and river. Meow. You alright? Meow. We've got a writher. What's the writher? Okay, let's read the intro. Among a grove of vibrant life, a lone tree sits, twisted, writhing, alive and dead. Alive and dead? That must be the writher. Okay. What have we got here? During the day, we've got to fight 3 zealots and the writher. We can search to get 2 navigator packs. When used, the realm clock does not advance when you travel. That could be useful. Search. Okay, so search requires lore 1+. So this is why lore is important. There are certain things that tell you've got to have a certain lore first. So this, if I do a search here, hidden path leads from 3 to... Oh yes, because I think I mentioned this in the previous video when I was going over the game. Sometimes you can uncover hidden paths. So you see on the map, there's no path. Actually, let's get a bigger map so I can show it a bit clearer. So you see on the map, there's no path from 3 to 4 or from 4 to 3. Sometimes paths are one way. But by doing that search action here, I can actually open a path between these 2 locations. Okay, so I can actually add it to the map. That's all blooming useful, but first I have to fight, and second, it's only during the day. Now, I've come here at night, so I can't do any of those at the moment. I can come back and do it. I think I will, because those navigator packs could come in useful. But we are here at night. What is the options for night? Okay, we can do a delve action. That's it. Okay. Sacrifice 2 health to the gnarled tree. Well, that's not good. The tree's roots drink the spilled blood. A content sigh resonating from the trunk. A voice rings out. The boatman requires the stars to navigate the seas, with his pet cat making noise in the background. Oi, shh, shush. The tree and its pet cat. Right, okay. Now, if I do that, I can increase my lore. Oh, I can increase my lore by +1, but permanently reduce maximum health by 2 while you remain on the Grim Coast. Okay, so this is only while I'm in this realm. Once I move to another realm, I'm going to get the health back. Now, this is actually an option because luckily I took the rune that gives me +2 health. So this, I mean, it's going to get rid of the bonus of me rune, but it's still going to leave me with 10 health. Now, if I didn't take this rune and I do this, I'd be down to 8 health, which I think is very dangerous. So I think, is it worth it for 1 lore? I think it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 health, which basically is going to mean I don't get the benefit of the rune. So what I'm going to do, in case I forget, and when if for example, if I go back to the sigil and heal, in case I make the mistake of healing back to 12, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip that over because That will help me to remember that I've only got 10 health. I still have the rune. It's not like used up or anything. It's just to help me remember to, if I do heal, I can only heal up to 10. But I'm getting +1 lore. So now I have a lore of 2. Excellent. So that was an action. So we have to move the clock. I also mark off. So when you die and all these sort of things, basically these actions don't reset. Once you've done them, that's it. That's why you have to basically mark. You basically have to mark them and tick them off so you don't do them again. I recommend doing it in pencil so you can erase them afterwards. All right, because you may want to come back. Let's have a think now. What do I do now? It's still halfway through the night, so I've got a lot of time before the day. So there's no point staying here. Now what we got? Travel from the gnarled tree. Okay. The safety of Sigil is down a path. No point, because I can't heal or rest. A quiet village off to the east, eerily still. It looks like I've got to go back to the village. However, it's going to be night, isn't it? So I can fight these guys now. Is it worth it? Because the thing is, fighting these is going to give me no benefit. There's no rewards, there's nothing, and I can't do that until I find the key. Because what I'm thinking is, if I fight these guys to open up the delve, if I come back, if I die at any point afterwards, these guys are going to come back, and it's just going to have been a waste of time. So I think at the moment, I'm not going to fight these guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back to the village, because that's kind of the only option I have from the tree, from the gnarled tree. So I'm going to move back to the village. I choose not to fight these guys yet. And I'm going to move on to the solitary structure on a nearby coast, which is going to be location 4. So we move. Now it's nearing the end of the night. It's still night, but the next action is going to bring it to day. So we are now moving to the structure on the coast. Location 4. Okay, location 4. Right, a boathouse. Zealots and skeletons. A solitary structure along a craggy coast. A lit candle glows from the interior. A boat is chained to the shoreline. Now we have come here at night. Another delve. Must be night. Well, yeah, it says that because the thing's there, doesn't it? Okay. A spectral boatman stands in the chained up boat, beckoning you closer. They look to the stars as you step inside. You can now travel between the boathouse 4 and the ruinous camp 6, but only at night. If you have the star charts, you may travel during the day 2. Okay. Well, I don't have the star charts. That must be another item that I can find. Oops, I forgot to cover up the other one. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. Now, I have come here at night. During the day, there is a possible fight, and I can find the star chart. So again, it might be worth coming back here during the day to get those star charts. All right. Okay. So we are coming here at night. So I'm going to... Oh, if I do this, it then becomes day. Ha. Okay. So we're going to do the delve. So I cross that off. Boom. And it changes, but it's going to change to day, but I do the action first, because when I did the action, it was night. Right. So we've got the boatman. We can now travel between the boathouse 4 and the ruinous camp 6, which is over here. Okay, so I can now use that path. So this path was previously blocked. Okay. If you've got the star charts, you may travel during the day 2. Now the thing is, I don't have the star charts yet, but after the delve, it has now become day, and now I've got these options open. So to get the star charts require lore 2+. Oh, hells yeah. But to do that search, I've got to do the fight first. So 1 zealot and 2 mercenaries. Okay, so it's the wrong card here. This should be the mercenaries card. Okay, so I think we are now during the day, so we're now up here. Bum, bum, bum. I think I want to get those star charts because that will allow the path to location 6 to open during the day as well. So it gives me a little bit of, what's the word? Flexibility. So yeah, okay, so we're going to do the fight and then we're going to do the search. So for the fight, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 7 pieces of terrain, 1 zealot and 2 mercenaries. Okay, so just give me 1 second and I'm going to switch to the fight. All right, I have set up the combat tile. The combat tile is a 4x4 grid and it tells you in the realm, on the location, it tells you how to set up any terrain and the starting locations for the creatures and you. So what we got? We've got permanent terrain at A1, B1, C1, C2, D1, D2, D3. So being permanent terrain, this cannot be moved onto. The other type of terrain, difficult terrain, you can move on, but you'll be doing -1 harm. Harm is the damage. Starting location for me is here at A4. For the enemies, the zealot is starting at A2, the mercenaries at B2 and C3. Now, this looks a little bit scary because there's not, basically almost half the grid has been taken up by permanent terrain. So there's not going to be a lot of space to move and I'm up against 3 enemies. Let's have a look at what they've got. Okay, so the zealot has got 3 health. Range, same and adjacent. So basically when this guy moves, he's going to try to get into the same space as me. Enemies will always try to get as close as they can and stay within range. So the mercs, health of 4, range adjacent and 2 spaces. Now what does that mean? Well, that means they can attack me at a diagonal as well. If they are, I'll put him back afterwards. So he can hit me here, adjacent, but because he's got a range of 2 spaces, 1, 2, he can also hit me at diagonals, which isn't good. I don't think this is an easy first combat. Maybe I should have taken on the ghouls and the skeletons. What else? Okay, looking at their stats. I mean, the mercenaries, oh dear. On a 6, they do harm 3, but don't move. Ugh. Okay, now the zealot has a special rule. Deals +1 harm for every adjacent enemy. Okay, so that means his allies, not his enemies. Okay, so if he's adjacent, if he's standing next to a merc, he's going to do +1 damage. Oh my god, this really isn't good at all. But here's the thing. Soulslike means deadly, you're going to die lots. But it also means that you can judge the enemy's movements and patterns to kind of understand how they attack and how to avoid it and when to strike. Just like the Souls-like games, you're trying to understand the enemies. So what will be happening is that these guys will move first and I will move second. However, we're still relying on dice, which isn't good. So what we are doing now is we're going to be doing combat. Now combat is in 5 steps. Now the boathouse is on the coast near a beach with a boat and everything, so I've used my sandy style combat tile. I did actually make a few for different terrain. But let us begin the combat now. First of all, 5 steps. Step 1, determine enemy action. So we have to roll a dice for each enemy and see what they do. So for the zealot, just make sure this is going to be on camera. So for the zealot, we get a 4. That's not good. Put the dice there. For the first merc, oh my god. Second merc. Oh, the dice gods really do hate me. Get a 3, okay. So what do these dice mean? Well, for that we need to refer to the cards here, the creature cards. So the zealot here, this card here, a 4, move 1, harm 1, possibly with overwhelm. This merc got a 6, so he's not moving, but he will do harm 3. Now he does have a range of 2, so at the moment I'm out of range. At the moment I'm 3 spaces away. If I move here or here or here, he can hit me, and he'll be doing 3 harm. Oh my god. This guy got a 3. He's a merc. Move 1, harm 1. Okay. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Second step, move enemies and non-harm actions. Right, so the merc, let's do it in the order I rolled it. So the zealot got a 4, move 1, harm 1. Okay, his range is same and adjacent, so he's going to move towards me. This merc is not moving, but he will do harm 3 if I end up in range. This merc, move 1, harm 1. So again, he's going to try and move, again, adjacent or 2 spaces. Now, at the moment, he's out of range, but now I'm in range because he has that 2 space range, yeah? Bomp, bomp. So I'm now actually in range. So at the moment, I could potentially get hit by these 2 guys. This guy would be doing 2 harm because 1 harm from here, plus he's adjacent to another merc. This guy rolled a 3, so he would be doing 1 harm. So I would be taking I'll be taking 3 damage at the moment. If I move here, again, I don't know whether they block each other or not, but oh man, he wouldn't be able to hit me. He would, for 1, and this guy could for 3. Let me just double check whether this guy would actually be able to hit me, because there's another guy in the way. Yeah, I can't find anything in the rules about whether enemies can fight through another model, or whether I can, again, if I had a ranged weapon, whether I can attack something, whether figures actually block attacks or not. I don't know. I think in one of the examples, I think that Spencer did, I think he was attacking with one guy while I was in the same space as another guy. So maybe it doesn't count. Maybe intervening models don't block attacks. Let's take it that way. Again, put in the comments if I'm wrong. Maybe we can get some feedback from Spencer himself. So that's the movement at the moment. At the moment, I'm looking at potentially loads of damage if I stay here or if I go here, which, oh dear, is not good at all. Even if I move here, I'm going to be taking an amazing amount of damage. That's not good at all. All right, I need to move lots. I need results on my dice. I've got stamina of 2, so I'm rolling 2 dice. I need to get lots of move. Otherwise, I'm screwed. So we roll. You son of a... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's really not good. Now, the 1 I can't use anywhere. I can't. Oh, God. Okay, now, what I could do... Okay, so at the moment, the ones, I can't use the 1. The 1's not going to give me anything because both my weapons, the sword and the shield, don't have values of 1. So I can't use the 1 by itself. So I could use the 4 to give me move 1, harm 2 with the sword. Or I could use it on the shield to give me a block 1. Or I can combine, sum the dice together to give me a 5 on the shield, which will give me a move 1, block 2. Now, do I... In block 2 is always a good idea, but let's have a think where... Again, my boots only affect me if I don't get move, but I'm going to have move, aren't I? Move of 1. Again, the 5's just going to give me the same result here. So move 1, harm 2, or move 1, block 2. I think the block's probably going to be the most useful. Now, where can I actually move? If I move here, I'm going to take 3, 4 damage. Block 2 means I only take 2 damage. If I stay here, I'm going to take, I don't know, what do you get, a 4? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is better at the moment. If I move here, Zealot is the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the worst place to go. Because I can only move 1 square, you see. So I think it's best if I don't move. In which case, should I harm or block? I think I'm going to block. So I'm going to assign, I'm going to sum to get a 5. And I'm going to assign to my shield to give me move 1 of block 2. But I'm not going to move because this is basically where I'm going to take the least amount of damage. Okay. So I move. Step 4. No, I don't move. Deal 5. Step 5. Deal harm and complete other actions. Now, damage is done simultaneously. So I'm not doing any damage this turn, thanks to my dice. But I'm taking 1, 2, 3, and nothing from him. I'm too far away. So I'm taking 3 damage. I'm blocking 2, so I take 1 damage. Okay, I'm not inflicting any damage whatsoever, so these guys are still perfectly fine and dangerous. Well, that was not a good first round. All right, let's reset and do the second round. All right, so we're rolling for the Zealot. We get a 1, okay. So the Zealot gets a 1. The Merc who didn't move last time, he gets a 3. And this Merc, oops, that was a 3. He gets a 4. Huh, that's not good at all. Okay, so the Zealot gets a 1. He can move 3, harm 1. Range, same and adjacent. So this guy's going to want to try and get in the same because he's going to try and get as close as he can in range. So he is going to move on the same square as me. Okay. So I'll do it like that. There we go. Okay. Now he's going to be doing 1 harm at the moment. This guy got a 4. Move 1, harm 1. Now he has a range of adjacent and 2 spaces. So again, he wants to get as close as he can. So if he can get adjacent, he will. So he will move down here to become adjacent. This guy got a 3, move 1, harm 1. So this guy will move down to here. And now he's in range. Oh, this could be terrible for me if I don't get movements. All right. So at the moment, I'm taking, this guy's not adjacent to him. So he's got 1, he's doing 1, 2. This guy's doing, oh, we got a 4. Move 2. So 2, 4. And this guy's doing 1. So 2, 4, 5. I'm going to take a potential 5 damage here. That's really not good. All right, let's see what I get. Son of a, oh! Ones are useless on their own with my equipment. So I've either got a 5 or a 6. Now a 6, we either get, well again, there's no point of here. A 6 here would allow me to move 1, harm 3. So I could move and take out the Zealot. Move 1. Now, the mercenaries do not have a range of same. So if I move in the same space as a mercenary, he can't do damage to me. Now, this guy at the moment is going to be doing 2 harm. So it would be advantageous for me to move into this square. But if I do harm, I'm not blocking. And he'd still be alive because they've got 4 health. The mercenaries have got 4 health. Or I could move into this space and then hit the Zealot. Oh, yes, that's a point because my weapon's only adjacent. It's not same. So if I move into this space with the Merc, I can't actually hit the Merc anyway. I could hit this guy, but I can't hit this guy. So I've only got a move of 1. Do I want to block? I think I need to harm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sum to give myself a 6. So I'm going to be doing a move 1 and harm 3. So I'm going to take 3 damage, I think. But I could kill the Zealot. Yeah, I think that's going to be the safest thing to do. So the Zealot is doing 1, 2, because he's adjacent to this guy. This Merc is going to be doing... Oh, hang on. What's going on here? What's going on here? Should that be a 4 or should it be a 3? You can't have 2 4s, can you? I think this should be a 3. I think there's a mistake on the card. So I think the mercenary, I think this should be a 3 instead. You can't have 2 4s, can you? That makes sense. I think the reason I think it's a 3 and not a 4 is because down here you got 2 dice. This wouldn't be 5 and 5, so I think this has to be the 4, which means that this should be the 3. Okay, I have to change that. All right, so this guy is going to be doing... Now he could move 2, but he wants to stay adjacent. So, okay, so he's going to be doing 2 harm. So this is the guy that I want to move into the same square as. And then this guy's going to be doing 1. Yep, so what's going to happen is I'm going to move into the same space as this mercenary here, because I can move 1, harm 3. Okay, so I'm going to move there, and I'm going to hit the Zealot. So now I've moved, I now need to do step 5, deal harm. So this mercenary that I'm in the same space as does not have the same range. So his weapon can't hit me. This Merc can. So he is now doing 3. So he's doing 1 harm. The Zealot is doing 1 plus 1 is 2. So I'm going to take 3 damage. So I'm now currently on 4 wounds. That's not good. But I'm doing 3 damage to the Zealot, which kills him. So the Zealot is out. I've just got 2 mercenaries to worry about, and I'm currently on... I've taken 4 wounds, I'm on 6 health. I can't take my healing vial until the exploration stage, which is not good. All right, so that is everything. Now we come to the next turn. Zealot's out, so we've only got the mercenaries to worry about now. Right, so first Merc gets a 1. Okay. Now the thing is with the enemies, you'll find that pretty much all of them do things on 1s. And a 3, okay. So they're both doing this, move 1, harm 1, right. Now this Merc wants to move because his current range is not same, so he can't actually hurt me at the moment. So this Merc is actually going to move, and what I'll do is I'll move him over, bum, bum. Sorry, I've got thick fingers, fat fingers. So he's actually going to move there. So now that he's adjacent, he can actually attack me. This guy, adjacent and 2 spaces. Okay, so he's already adjacent. He'll always try and get as close as he can, so he's going to stay there and not move. So now at the moment, these guys are both going to be doing 1 damage to me. Now I want to move because I don't want any more damage. I have a range of adjacent, which means the only way that I can attack these guys is if they're adjacent, but then they can hit me as well. So I need better dice this time, of course. Oh, thank you very much. Oh yes, that's just what I wanted to see. Makes up for the 1s. Right, we can actually do some smegging this time. So I can put a 6 on my sword, and I can put a 6 on my shield. Excellent. Now that allows me to move up to 2 spaces, harm 3 and block 2. This is really good. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to be enough damage to kill a Merc because they've got 4 health each, but I can move 2, which can bring me up to here, getting me away from this guy, because again, I'm going to be 3 spaces away, so he's got a range of up to 2, so he's not going to be able to hurt me. I could move here, hit this guy, block his damage, and be good. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, step 4, I'm going to be moving to here with my move of 2. Damage is simultaneous, so this guy, I'm now out of range. And again, this brings the Souls-like feeling where you can kind of anticipate and judge their attacks and everything. Like you do when you play Souls games, you're kind of trying to figure out patterns. So I've moved to here, right. So this guy's not doing any damage anymore because his range is adjacent and 2 spaces, so I'm out of range. I'm 3 spaces away. This guy, I am adjacent, so he can hit me for 1 damage, but I've got block of 2, so I take no damage. I'm going to deal 3 harm to him, and he does not have any block options. Some enemies will. So I am going to do 3 damage to this guy here. Now, I'm going to have to put the dice on top of the card. Sorry about that. So he's taken 3 damage. He's now down to 1 health. That was a really good round for me. Right, that is everything that we need to do. There are no other actions to do. So, next round. Okay, so the injured guy gets a 1 again. I'm rolling a lot of 1s. And a 3 again. Seems to be pretty normal for these guys. Okay, so now we have to move these guys. Before I roll my dice, I have to move these guys. So this guy here got a 1, move 1, harm 1. Now, again, rules say that they will stay as close as possible. So he could move there into this space, B2, and still be in range. But the rules say that they move as close as you can. So he's going to stay where he is. This guy got a 3, move 1, harm 1. Now he can actually move here with his 1 move. And he is now in range, which is a little bit scary. Now I need to get... Oh, this is true. Yeah, because the range of 2 spaces means they can hit me at diagonal. So even if I move down to here, this other guy can still hit me. So it might be worth actually moving into the same space as one of them because, like I say, they don't have a range of same. Okay, so that's what I'm planning. Let's see what my dice give me. It's all very good and well have it coming up with a plan, but if the dice don't help you... Right, I've got a 4 and a 2. Now I can't use the 2 on the shield. I can on the sword. So I could put the 2 here and do 1 harm with the sword. I could put the 4 here to get a block. Or I could combine to get move 1, block 2. Or move 1, harm 3. I think... Or... my boots. Now, if I put here and here, I don't have any move actions, but my boots allow me to move 1 round if I don't get moved from weapons. So if I keep it like this, I can move 1 square, do 1 harm, and block 1. Which means I would be able to block this guy's attack. If I move here, I can block this guy's attack and do 1 harm. And this guy will be able to hurt me because he's in the same space. The other option would be to do more damage but take 1 damage in return. I think I'm going to play it safe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these where they are. So I'm doing 1 harm, 1 block, and I use my boots to give me 1 move. So I am going to move onto the same space as the injured merc, so he can't hit me this turn. Bump, bump. Okay. That's mine, that's his. I'll put his up here. All right. So that's my movement. Now for harm. So this merc under here can't hit me because I'm in the same space. This guy can hit me because he's adjacent and he's going to be doing 1 harm, but I've got block 1, so I'm not taking any damage. I am dealing 1 harm, and again, I can't hit the guy that I'm in the same space with. Unfortunately, I'd like to take him out because I don't have a range of same. So I'll be doing 1 damage to this guy here. So he is now down to 3 health. And that is the end of the turn. Okay, not bad, could be better. So this is for the merc, this is for me. Actually, I'll keep my wounds. I'll keep my wounds over here, just so I don't get the dice mixed up. Right, next round, we're rolling for the mercs. Let's roll for the merc under me. He gets a 3, and for the merc next to me, he gets a 2. All right, now 3 and 2 are both the same. Move 1, harm 1. Okay, so this merc that I'm currently under is going to move there so that he can now hit me. So now they're both adjacent. Okay. This guy could also move 1 square, but again, he's adjacent already, so he's at the closest range, so he's not going to move. All right, now, again, I need good dice. What am I going to get? Oh, son of a... I've got a 1 and a 5. Okay, I could combine again, because I can't use the 1. There's no 1s on my weapons. So I could move 1, harm 3, but again, I'm not blocking, am I? So what do I do? What do I do? I could move 1, block 2. Okay. Or I could combine and get a move 1, harm 3. Now, I could, with the harm 3, potentially take out either of these guys. I don't think attacking is going to be good because I'm only going to have a move of 1. If I move to here or here, they're both going to whack me and I can't hit them back. If I move here or here, I can't hurt them because I'm not adjacent to either of them because I don't have the same space as a range. So I think the best thing to do would be to combine and put on the shield so that I can block. Now these guys are doing 1 harm each, so I could actually move. Do I want to move away? If I move away, they're both going to be in range, but I'm not. And they're just going to move in and corner me again. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move in the same space as one of them and then just block. So I'm going to move, where should I move? Doesn't matter, does it really? This guy's on 1 health, this guy's on 3 health. So I want to kind of attack this guy if possible, not this guy. So I'm going to move into this square here. That's my move. And I'm going to block 2. So I am 2 spaces away from this guy, so he does 1 harm. The guy in the same space does nothing because, again, he doesn't have a range of same. But I do have block 2, so I'm blocking that so nobody takes any damage. I can't hurt anybody because I'm not adjacent to anybody. So that round's over. Dear, come on. Come on, come on, come on. All right, this guy gets a 1. Not going to complain. The merc in the same space gets a 4. I will complain because that's a move 2, harm 2. That's not good at all. So again, he's going to want to get adjacent, isn't he? So what we'll do is we'll move him so that he's adjacent. Now I'm in range of him. He could move up, he could move up to 2, but again, he wants us to get as close as he can. So that's that guy. This guy has a 1, so he can move 1, harm 1. So this guy, again, they're trying to get as close as they can. So he could stay at 2 range, but the rules say they try to get as close as they can. So he'll move down here. So that's the situation. I've got 1 either side of me. That's not good at all. That's really not good at all, unless I can get 2 move somehow. Right, what do I get? Meh. Again, I can't use the 2 on the shield unless I combine. If I combine, that gives me a move 1, block 2, which would basically prevent any damage. If I combine here, it gives me a move 1, harm 2. But again, I have to be adjacent. Damn it. What is, okay, so a 2 and a 3, harm 1, block 1, and I can move 1 thanks to my boots. Now, if I don't move, I can do 1 harm and I block 1. The trouble is that these guys are going to be doing a total of 3 damage. So I'll still take 2 damage. If I move to here, this is the guy that's going to be doing 2 damage. So if I move in the same space as him, he can't hurt me. This guy is going to be doing 1 damage, which I can block. I can do 1 harm, but I'm not adjacent to anybody. So it's just, Oh man, so I'm just going to move there. I'm going to keep it as this. I block one, so I block the damage from this guy because he's 2 spaces away. He can still hit me. This guy can't attack, and I can't attack. So, same old, same old, same old, same old, same old. Okay, next round. So this guy. Oh, cripes. Oh, cripes. Okay, he's not moving, but he does 3 harm. He's not moving. That could be key. All right, this merc gets a 2. Move 1, harm 1. Okay. So this guy can't move, but he's going to be doing 3 harms. At the moment, he's doing loads of damage. This guy will have to move. He's going to be moving 1, harm 1. So he's going to move. He's going to move there. Okay. So this guy is okay. So at the moment, I'm going to be taking 4 damage. Oof. That's really not good. That really is not good at all. Let's see what the dice give me. Okay, a 2 and a 6. Again, I can't use the 2 on the shield. So I could do 1 harm, move 1, block 2. The range of my weapon's really screwing me up. So I could do harm 1, move 1, harm 1, block 2. So I could, but again, I'll still be in range of this guy. Ah, nuts. If I move here, I'm out of range of that guy, but this guy's still going to hit me, but I can't hit him. Oh, I hate the range of this weapon. But I'm not going to take any damage, and he's not going to take any damage either. I could move here, but I'll still be taking 3 harm from this guy because I'm adjacent, and I'll be taking more damage from that guy. Oh, swine. Okay, so I have to move here, which brings me out of range of this guy. This guy can hit me, but he's only doing 1 harm, but I do have block 2, so I'm not taking any damage either. But I'm not doing anything either. Oh, come on! Moving backwards and forwards. Right, next round. We are at this merc, a 3. This merc, a 3. Move 1, harm 1. Okay, so this guy will move to here. Oops, a little bit of dust. And this guy will move to here. Sorry, that was a 3. Okay. All right, now they're both going to be doing 1 harm at the moment. So it's going to be 2 damage at the moment. Let's see what I can get. I've got a 6 and a 3. Is that any better? Oh, yes, that could be better. I've got move 1, harm 2. And a move 1, block 2, sorry, or block 1, move 1, harm 3. Now, how many spaces do I want to move? If I move here, he can't do damage and he will do 1, which I can block. I can then do 3 harm to this guy, which will kill him. Okay, sweet. So, oh no, I mean this guy's square, aren't I? Ah, dang it. Well, I can still kill this guy, can't I? So I think that's what I'm going to... Or, hang on, let me think. The other option is to have move 2, harm 2, and block 2. Now, with move 2, I could move into this guy's square, do 2 damage to this guy, which won't kill him. So, right, we're going to take this and this. So I'm going to move 1 to put me in the same square as this merc, so he can't hit me because he doesn't have the range. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Right, so now step 5, deal harm. Okay, so this guy doesn't do any damage to me. This guy does 1 damage to me. Do I have block? Yes, I have block. Okay, so I don't take the damage. I do 3 harm to this guy. He's already taken 3 wounds. So this guy is dead. What's the word? Muerte. Dead. He is no more. Okay, so that was a better round. Now I'm only up against one guy. Right. Next, what am I doing? Next round, the Merc gets a 3. So that means move 1, harm 1. Okay, so he will move. So now he's in range. He can hit me for 1. What do I get? Come on. Oh, hell yeah. I do complain about my dice a lot, but every now and again the dice gods take pity. So this guy is doomed. Because I've got move 2, block 2, harm 3. So I don't even need to move, do I? I will move, since I've got the move. Since I've got 2 move, I might as well use it. And, okay, so he now hits me for 1, I block. I hit for 3, he dead. He's taken 1 wound, so he's got 3 wounds left. He is dead. Ah! I survived. I did, however, take 3 wounds, which is not good. Let's get my character sheet. So I'm now down to, I took 4 wounds, so I'm down to 6. That's really not good at all. I might take my healing vial, actually. But I can't do that yet. I can only do that during the exploration. Right. Dump, get out of the way. Get these dice out of the way. So, I mean, that wasn't an easy fight. The terrain didn't help. My range of weapon didn't help. And the fact that they could hit at 2 spaces as well. Ugh. And the Zealot was also getting a bonus from being next to them. That wasn't an easy fight for me first fight, but welcome to Soulslike. Right, let's get back to the realm. Okay. So the combat, the fight at the boathouse is done. Again, we have to tick it off. If, when I die, then that will become unticked, so it will come back again. But yeah, that wasn't easy. And again, there's the wrong card here. This should be the mercenary. And also, the mercenary card is wrong. On the card itself, you got 2 4s, so I think that one should be a 3. All right, let us continue. Now we are at location 4, the boathouse. We've done the fight. Right, what does it say here? When defeated, they leave a note that reads, "Meet me on the island to finish the hunt." So these guys were obviously in the employ of somebody. Meet me on the island to finish the hunt. So some other enemy is hunting something on the island. Now the island's over here, which we have opened up. It's locations 6 and 7. Might be worth investigating that, because maybe their boss is there. I don't think it's the Rune Lord. I think the Rune Lord is at the keep, which was mentioned in the narrative. So I think the island is different locations, which might be worth investigating. All right, so that was the fight done. So I will move the clock, because we've completed the fight. What else is there? Okay, we can do a search. Requires law of 2+. We get the star chart. So I will do that. Move the clock. So now we also have star charts. Again, I apologize for my writing. I'm writing this at an angle because of the position of my cameras and tripods. Doesn't make it a very comfortable seating position. Right. Star charts. 2 identical maps of the stars. A moon compass on one, a sun compass on the other. Now, what these allow me to do is if I come back to this location at night or day, I can travel to the island. Excellent. Wonderful. Brilliant. So where are we? We're at location 4. Now, where do I go next? I have paths that lead me to 5. Actually, let's read it here. A quiet village off to the south, eerily still. So that's location 2. The massive keep of the realm on a nearby hill. I think that's where the Rune Lord will probably be. That's at location 5. An ominous fire across the channel. That's location 6. So that's on the island. Now we don't have that. We haven't uncovered that secret path yet from 4 to 3 yet. So I can either go back to the village. Now I think I have cleared the village, haven't I? Oh no, the night. Oh no, but I need the necromancer's key from somewhere. I've got to find that necromancer's key. So there's not much point going back to the village. The keep or the island? I think I'm gonna go to the island, and I think I'm gonna go to location 6. I think I'm gonna go there. However, this episode I think has been long enough. I may have to edit it down to make it a decent size. There will be part 2. We are going to continue this playthrough. In part 2, we have survived part 1. I mean, now the fight's over and I've done the search, this counts as exploration. So I'm actually going to use this health vial, which brings me up to 8. I'm gonna erase this. Shunk. Gonna erase that before the next episode. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. We had one fight, which wasn't very easy. Like I say, I'll edit this down to a manageable length. And we will continue in part 2, where we are going to, zonk zonk, we're going to travel to the island, location 6, whatever that may be. It talks about a fire. Maybe a campsite, maybe something at the campsite, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to go there and find out. So guys, thanks once again for watching. Really appreciate you watching and coming to the channel. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. And I think we will continue in part 2, hopefully not die. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Cheers.